Hey guys, I'm Viper and welcome to my Belgian Grand Prix preview. This is obviously going to be mentioning, it's been a long time since we did this, but it's that damn F1 summer break. As you see, we've got some F1 2004 in the background on R Factor, of course. As I said, the F1 2015 game thing, that's just the one-off because I want to, do it with that gameplay in the background. But I might be using that a bit more for future. For example, the Mexican Grand Prix would probably be one occasion when I use the F1 2015 game and stuff. Anyway, main part of this video is obviously to talk about what happened last year, what to expect this year, and of course my predictions for pole and qualifying. Pole and the race, sorry, qualifying the race. So, first things first, what happened last year? Well, we saw that, I say famous, but it's not exactly famous, but the well-known incident that happened between the two Mercedes where Nico supposedly hit Lewis's rear tyre and punctured it, and Lewis retired, I think, within 20 laps or something. I think it was within 15 laps he retired for the brake failure, and Lewis kept saying, "We need to save this engine, guys, just box me," and stuff like that. Anyway, Lewis pitted obviously off the lap 1 and everything else, and Nico got a bit, because he clipped Lewis, he lost a bit of his front wing, so he had to pit for repairs. And a surprise win for Daniel Ricciardo. We didn't think he could win it due to long straights and everything, but it's one of those tracks, I suppose, where they didn't expect to be quick. Just like Canada last year, they didn't expect to be quick there, and they ended up winning. So that was a bit of a surprise, really, for them. Rosberg came second with Bottas third, and I think Rosberg got booed on the podium, and so he should have done it, in my opinion. But anyway. That was last year. However, this year is going to be obviously a bit more different. Now, obviously, we've got two Mercs that are kind of running away with it. After a surprise win for Vettel last time out in Hungary, spoilers ahead, even though there was a surprise win for Vettel in Hungary, is there going to be any chance of him scoring a win again in Belgium? Well, I'm not going to leave him out of it. However, I am going to mention a certain Kimi Raikkonen. Now this guy, Kimi Raikkonen's had quite a good win rate, I think. He's won, I think, 3 or 4 times at Spa. And it seems to be a very good track when it comes to Raikkonen's strength. He seems quite good around this track. So I'm not going to, leave him out of it. Not to mention, I think Hamilton and Raikkonen had a duel in 2007, so it was a pretty good one as well. Unfortunately, I think they'd lost. I think after that race, that was when McLaren got stripped of its points in the constructors. I'm not sure, but nonetheless, it's provided some spectacular action. For instance, 1998 was when I think it was Hakkinen and Schumacher. They were lapping, I think, the BAR of Jacques Villeneuve, and surprisingly, Schumacher went around the outside and Hakkinen was on the inside, and Hakkinen managed to get... No, I think it was the other way around. It was Hakkinen was on the outside and Schumacher was on the inside. Hakkinen dived round the outside and took the place. I think that was 99 actually, not 98, because in 98 was the accident between Schumacher and Coulthard where there was a heavy rain. It was very heavy, and Schumacher did not see Coulthard and he basically smashed into him. So it wasn't great for him, and I think it was a surprise. It was a surprise shock win for Damon Hill in his Jordan. So there you go. But as I said, this track's brought up many fantastic races in the past. Unlike last year, it was a bit of a shock when the two Mercedes finally did hit each other. Eventually, they did have it coming together. People saw it coming, I think, and it happened. So that was a shock. Ricciardo obviously won with Rosberg and Bottas, as I mentioned. However, like I said, this year it looks most likely as though it will be Mercedes versus Ferrari once more. Williams may get in on the action here, I'm not entirely sure. Red Bull, I don't think will have a strong weekend here. McLaren, I'm not so sure of, and the midfield is obviously the midfield, so I think they'll just be like the same as every race. They'll be scrapping it out. Sauber will be in there, Force India, McLaren maybe, if they get lucky, and so on. But in terms of qualifying, I reckon, since I saw last year Rosberg was quite good with his qualifying, but at the moment it seems as though Hamilton's quite good with his qualifying, so I'm going to say Hamilton's on pole for the race. As for the race finish, now that's a tricky one. I'm actually going to be a bit, I'm going to say ballsy here, but I reckon if Hamilton gets a good start, he'll win. most likely, because his pace is quite good in the race compared to Rosberg's. But Rosberg's actually managed to keep up with him this year, unlike last year when Hamilton just stormed away at the lead and everything. If he got a bad start, there was a reason why Rosberg got away and maybe won the race a couple of times last year. But in terms of what's happening this year, it's most likely going to be Hamilton, Rosberg, Raikkonen, then Vettel, and then most likely in 5th place I'm going to guess Massa. As for 6th to 10th, that'll probably be Bottas, Grosjean, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo and Verstappen. That's my top 10. So that's been it for the Belgian Grand Prix preview. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button, and of course be sure to comment down in the description box below, comments below, who your top 3 are for the race, or top 5 even if you want to leave it at that, top 5 for the race, and who do you think will qualify in pole. And as always, I've been Viper Racing, you guys have been awesome. I'll leave you with what's left of the footage in the background, and until next time, Viper